Isn't it ironic that at the very moment we are building intelligent machines, perhaps the most important invention in human history, some people are arguing that innovation is stagnating? Like the first two industrial revolutions, the full implications of the new machine age are going to take at least a century to fully play out. But they are staggering. So, does that mean we have nothing to worry about? No. Technology is not destiny.
Technology. Some would describe it as the forefront of modern society. With new products emerging every year, it can be hard to keep up to date. As the rise in technology grows ever more rapidly, the significance of traditional products and services such as high street stores, banking, and even books are becoming less and less relevant, and businesses are having to find new ways of keeping their businesses to date with technology. With the population depending on technology in their everyday life, sales in iPhones, tablets and laptops such as MacBooks are increasing each year, and the pressure for traditional business is high. Technology has changed the way we live, work and even interact. Statistics show that 24% of teenagers go online almost constantly, facilitated by the widespread availability of smartphones. At least 50% of consumers will use 2 or more devices in their purchase process. And in November 2014, Apple's market share rose to 42.5% due to the high sales of the new iPhone 6. Due to the rise in demand for technology, how has this affected our society and the way that businesses are running? One example of a traditional consumer business that is changing their ways is a Hull-based satchel company, H.Gostelow. Originally founded back in 1924, the company has been selling satchels as a business-to-business service. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, the company was a key player in the luggage industry and knife sheath industry, supplying all the leading knife makers across the country. Dave Ricks took over H.Gostelow from his father-in-law. After 8 years of serving in the Royal Marine Commandos, his new adventure lie ahead in retail.
H.Gostelow was established in 1926, originally founded by the Thompson leather industry and the family that owned Thompson's Leather in Hull, sold the full business to the Gostelows family, and it's been in that family name ever since. Since 1945, I believe the H.Gostelows company was one of the largest suitcase and satchel manufacturers in the UK, employing over 53 or 54 people, with a purpose-built factory. We've since taken it on through my family, and we're now starting to move in different areas to cater for today and what the market is doing at this date now. And we are now catering for the Cross and Hyde retail side of the market as well.
Determined not to let his business fall under the radar, he now wants to take his services on a different adventure. Dave has recently been expanding his services into the hands of the public through his own branding, Cross and Hyde. Whilst H.Gostelow produce satchels for other stores to sell, Cross and Hyde focuses on selling straight to the customers.
So our products that we're designing now have all had to be changed very slightly to cater for the technology that is out there today. MacBook Pros, iPhones, things like that. Our exec portfolio case that we've got, we sized that up to meet the MacBook Pro 15-inch specifically for that, so that a MacBook Pro would fit in there nice and snug and is catered for that, so that the MacBook doesn't move about inside there. Same thing for our other products. We have music cases that we used to have, which was 14-inch in width, and now it's 15.5 inches to cater for the MacBook Pro. So everything that we've been making in the past, the old satchels, music cases, we're now adapting them, moving the spacing and moving the sizes to allow them to cater for that technology that is out there today.
However, Thanks to online marketing through Etsy, Facebook, Twitter and Amazon, Dave has managed to rapidly increase his business to customer service sales in just over 4 months. Dave has also had success with interest from X Factor runner-up Lauren Platt after communication through social media. This success has led to more sales for his new business and is a good example of just how powerful technology can be. But it's not just Dave whose business has taken a beating from the rise in online and technology products. High street stores such as Comet, HMV and Blockbuster have either closed completely or have been forced to shut down several stores throughout the UK due to a change in shopping habits and technology growth. Statistics posted by the Daily Mail found that 5,839 shops shut down in 2014, while 4,852 opened, with net store closures rising to 987, nearly 3 times the 371 posted in 2013. A big issue that Dave is hoping to avoid. However, it's not just retail that's taken a plunge into technology-focused techniques. The advancement and demand for technology has also pressured other areas of society. Dave Keegan, a deacon in the Methodist Church in Blackburn, has introduced technology to his congregation in the hopes of changing the perception of church services and to introduce new and exciting ways to lead sermons.
Traditionally, for a worship service, we use hymn books to obviously help us sing. We use pieces of paper with prayers on or responses. But now with technology, we can put the hymn words on the screen, which releases people to use their hands. It's really good using the multimedia because we can use pictures, we can show videos that all relate to the theme of the day, and it just helps people understand and to relate to the ideas and the stories maybe and the concepts that are being talked about and prayed about on that particular day.
Multimedia is really uplifting to use in the service. It's a contemporary slant on worship. We can use pictures, sound, visuals. It helps us lift our voices and to reflect upon God in different ways rather than using our hymn books to worship God.
This new approach may enhance the production and interest in the traditional church sermons, but how have the congregation felt about the new instalments?
Initially, when we first mentioned it, some of the congregation weren't too keen and they weren't sure how it would go. Some of them didn't like the idea of changing over from something that they knew really well and they'd had for years to something that they might think that would be out of their control. But over the 18 months, 2 years that we've been doing it, a lot of those people who are a bit unsure about it have quite liked it. One, because they've realised that it's not a threat to the way they do worship, but also they've seen that the other people that come in, particularly the mums and the families, can relate to this kind of way of presenting the message.
Some people in the congregation are very traditional and like using hymn books, but actually they've come round to it and enjoy using the screens in worship.
As the new digital revolution is upon us, it's important that we introduce new strategies for the future that are digitally focused. One area that has changed dramatically is the number of jobs that have been created through the advancement of technology products and software. Therefore, more skills are to be learned in order for us to enter those jobs. Hull College are just one establishment that offer degrees in a variety of digital courses such as TV and film, games design, graphics and web design. One course that has changed dramatically from the introduction of technology is journalism. At the college, you can study a BA Honours degree in journalism and digital media. The course focuses on both traditional and digital aspects of the industry, with lectures in areas such as video production, photography, web design, as well as print journalism.
A lot of journalists have had a very rocky time moving from traditional print journalism into digital journalism. I think there are a number of reasons for that. The industry has suffered financially from moving out of print and into digital journalism. It's much harder to monetize websites and digital stuff than it is to actually monetize the traditional print model. So the result is a lot of people have ended up losing their jobs, and a lot of people have really struggled, I think, to kind of to get a grasp around how journalism is different in digital as compared to in print. I've always kind of embraced it because I kind of knew that it was the future of journalism was not going to lie in print. You know, the audience that was moving away from print still is. So it's been important for me to kind of embrace digital and to really stay on top of it. So I actually kind of created a position at one of my papers that I worked at the time called the Wakefield Express, and I kind of championed myself as being digital editor. I didn't get paid for the role or anything like that, but I just kind of really pushed myself forward and learned a lot about the digital revolution, which was, gosh, about 5-6 years ago now. And as a result of that, I've always kind of remained employed. I think I've always kept my job. People have always valued the digital skills that I've got. It has been a shock for many people in journalism. They've, like I say, people have lost their jobs. People's entire workflows have changed. How they work, people who have been on weekly papers now are having to produce kind of content on a very regular basis, up to the minute updates online. So that's been a culture shock for many, but I think those who have embraced it have tended to do quite well out of it.
It's obvious that technology is becoming increasingly popular for modern jobs. So what is it that attracts these students to a digital career?
There's more options of when you can use digital. You can use Twitter, you can do social media, you can do video, photography. It's just better than print because it's just the same thing with print. It's just writing, where you have more opportunities and you can be more creative with digital things. I mean, I prefer to do video, so that's what I want to go into. And it's just better to edit, and it's just more, like I said, it's more creative.
I think there's more of an opportunity to be creative in digital rather than traditional journalism, and I think it's where society as a whole is going. It's just the future.
With all the advancement of technology in recent years and the changes in society, how is the future looking for ourselves and the way that we live in the new digital age?
In journalism particularly, there are still going to be an awful lot of jobs going in the future, as long as, crucially, you've got those digital skills. There are still people who come on journalism courses who think journalism is all just about writing, it's not about multimedia, it's not about using applications or your mobile phone to do journalism, it's all about writing, and that's not true. I think although traditional media is shedding a lot of jobs at the moment, there are equally a lot of jobs being created for people with those specific digital skills.
From an interpersonal kind of point of view, the way we're communicating now and the way we're connecting is something that's going to grow, something that's going to be bridged. I think, like I mentioned before, marketing has kind of hit its wall in terms of relying on the tech to do different things. One thing that people are starting to move into now is the way we meet people and the way we communicate. Stupid it sounds, like apps like Tinder has just completely revolutionised the way people meet people. Like Match.com did the same in like the noughties. It's about people now being able to communicate no matter where you're in the world. One of the great companies for that is Airbnb. So their slogan is belong anywhere, and that's totally facilitated by a digital kind of output. It's purely people meeting other people in other countries, new people, exploring the world via essentially a website. That's what's exciting about digital, is the way people the way people are connecting now. Facebook did it originally. Facebook's now dying off because it's not personal. So Facebook was almost like, I think, a beta. Facebook and Twitter was a beta for what is going to be the social future, which is about communicating with people you've never met before, communicating with people that have similar interests, communicating with new people entirely, finding new avenues to explore the world, explore yourself creatively, personally.
With our current generation, they are highly involved with technology. Because of that, businesses will be aware of that and will gain from that a lot. I mean, education-wise, we used to use blackboards and now we use interactive boards. Kids are far more astute when it comes to social media, especially when it came to the election in particular. Social media had a massive role, so yeah, go digital.
It's clear that the changes from technology have somehow improved the way we live, but also changed our future dramatically. But is there such a thing as too much of a good thing?